Blazar have done it again. As you can see, I'm reporting live from the edge of the planet. If this video doesn't come out, it is because I'm no longer with us. First, there was the 50mm Apex autofocus lens. And then not long later, they brought out the 35. Now, you all asked me to review the 35 after my review on the 50. So I got it quick, smart, and here we are. Rather than talking about the specs and, all the nerdy stuff that we all love, but we all know, I'm just going to talk about what this lens can do for me and what it can do for you. Today was my first ever day of just trying to film myself. Very interesting thing to try and do for the first time. It's humbling, but if you love cinematic looking footage and you're sort of like, filming myself just doing whatever or sort of look a bit plain, I feel like this lens gives it that little bit of sauce that you might like in your own footage when you're doing actual projects and that type of thing. Because just the ability to have anamorphic autofocus in such a small package, if you do want to just go out and just film by yourself but make it look like a bloody movie, then you can. Putting a light through my window, pretending to wake up, pretending to write even though I haven't touched a pen in like 10 years, walking to the car shots, all that type of thing. It just makes the mundane look a little bit more special when it's in anamorphic. So I think this lens is so good if you do want to start filming yourself, creating content, but also just having that little extra flair. And from what I have noticed, it seems to have improved from the 50. Like, obviously the 50 improved with firmware updates again and again, but then it's almost like the 50 with all the firmware updates plus maybe just a little bit better, and that's this lens. I'm looking forward to using this lens a lot. Like, do I wish it was full frame? Yes. However, the vignette's actually not much, especially once you de-squeeze and crop into like a normal aspect ratio. Close focus is actually pretty good, especially for an anamorphic, let alone autofocus. Yeah, that's humbling as well. But anyway, let's not be that close. So yeah, everything that I liked about the 50, I feel like just got a little bit better with the 35. Even like the kind of rendering, autofocus is improved. Still got that good build quality. Still got that weird manual autofocus switch that's around the wrong way. But if you want to be different, why not? Keeps us on our toes, I guess. Today was my first attempt at filming myself. I thought, it's something we've all got to conquer. I've seen really good videos lately about just giving it a go. And straight away I can be like, oh yeah, I would do that differently, whatnot. But doing it with this lens at least made the results cool. It would give it that kind of cinematic touch. So therefore, like going through the effort of like putting a tripod up, feeling like a bit of a dickhead as you're in your yard, walking back and forth to your car while your neighbors are looking out their window, just sort of being like, is this bloke going to get a real job or what? So, doing all that. And then you also realize that no one actually cares. Like, in your story, you are your main character. And that can be hard for people to figure out. But what's even harder for people to figure out is, in other people's stories, you're a speck of dust. You might think someone sees you filming and all of a sudden they're like, oh, what a freak, blah, blah, blah. But they probably see you, go back to overthinking about the 900 things they have going on in their life and never think about you again. So I think that's a hard thing to get through my head and everyone else's. But once you realize that, go out and film yourself. You'll get home, you'll jump on your laptop, you'll color grade it. And you'll be like, you know what? I look pretty cool. I like filmmaking. I like looking cool. And you'll be like, you know what? I look pretty cool. And I had fun because I got to do some filmmaking and I look cool and I really like the result. And then you realize that it's worth, not worrying about what Joe Blow thinks you're doing, walking around filming yourself. And then it becomes an addiction and you just want to film more and you get after it, you know? Always put yourself and your passion first and ignore things that your brain tries to tell you about other people judging you or anything like that, because they're going about their own lives. They don't care. And if they do care, it means that they're quite jealous. They wish they could have the confidence to go out and film in public. And you can give them a message from me. Get f***ed.